Yo, what up guys? My name is Steven and welcome back to TenshiCraft. This is now episode 12. And it has been a very long time since I last uploaded a video. My last video I think was at the end of June, and it's almost the end of August now. It is the 22nd of August. So yeah, it has been a hella long time since I last uploaded a video, and school's about to start, so I wanna get some things going before school starts, before my schedule kinda gets messed up here. But yeah, the reason I haven't uploaded a video in a long time is because I got into this weird mindset where I would play the game for YouTube. You know, I thought that I had to document everything, every little thing I do, so I could put it on YouTube. And I didn't always have the time to record, so I found myself not really doing anything when I got into the server, really. I kind of just got on and derped around, and that's what really made the game boring. So I decided not to record anything for a while, and that's why there's stuff that you haven't seen yet, like that thing over there, which I will explain what that is later. And that's one of the reasons why I haven't uploaded anything. I was planning something at the start of August, but life plans got in the way of that. I've actually been on vacation for the last 2.5 weeks, so that's why I didn't go through with those plans. So that's unfortunate, but now here I am, and I've got more bad news for you guys. The server, the TenshiCraft server, has ended. I'm not even on the real server right now. This is a world file loaded into a single-player world of the TenshiCraft server because in the period of time that I was gone on vacation, the server had already ended, so that is unfortunate. But it's a good thing they let me use the world file so I can give you guys a final goodbye, a final tour of what's left of the server. Because, damn, this server has been a ghost town for the last 3 months, possibly even more. Everyone just stopped playing. Probably because there were issues with updating to the server to 1.6, and everyone had their clients on 1.6, and probably everyone was in misunderstanding and be like, oh, can't reach server, but in reality the server was always on. It was just never updated, so that may be one of the reasons. But all in all, the server has fallen, and TenshiCraft version 2.0 is no more. And yeah, I mean, I've explained basically everything that needs to be explained. I've been gone, the server has ended because of inactivity, and I will now give you guys a final tour of my base, and maybe a final tour of everyone else's bases too, or at least the significant people, obviously in order of appearance, because there's no better way to do things than that. Right here in this cove right here is where I started to get settled down. That's when I first arrived in the area from that direction, and I put all my stuff here. You remember in the old episodes I had chests along chests along chests, and even had an enchanting setup right there. My mine was down that way. I still use that mine to this day. Well, not to this day since the server has ended already, but you know, I still use that mine for the entire life of the server. And all my stuff was here until I built a little civilization, if you will, over there. Oh, and I had, in this area too, I had farms here, chicken farm, all the stuff along here, but I got rid of everything because I moved it all over there. Now I use this place for tree farming, mass farming trees, if I don't want to wait for them in the tree farm over there. So that's what this place is used for now. This thing here, this structure above my nether portal, I'm not sure what to call it, because, you know, I don't want to sound stupid if I use the wrong word, but this thing, this thingy, this is the first thing I built on the server, and I'm actually really proud of this thing. The first thing I built, obviously, you know, you never forget the first thing you built on a server, and it just, to this day, it's never lost its luster to me. Like, all the things that I've built in my base, I thought they would be decent at first, and I did think they were decent after I built them, but at some point in time they all lost their luster to me, even my house, which I built a couple episodes back, but it's been months since I built that house in reality. It has lost its luster to me, but this piece of work right here has not lost its luster, and I'll be sure to take screenshots of this thing after I finish recording this video. So yeah, I can remember this thing, and I can put it always has a place in my heart. Not to get sappy or anything, but well, I think that ship has sailed. But anyway, yeah, this thing, I like this thing, I really do. I still like it to this day, and I probably won't stop liking it. The next thing I built, oh, and yeah, I built these walkways too. I like how I designed these walkways too, but they're just walkways really, so not really worth getting into. I built this tree farm next. I could have done this tree farm a lot better looking back, but at the time I thought this was decent. like I said, so I'm going to show off the interior first. So this is what it looks like when we go inside. I actually quite like this first room here, the one where you enter. It's nice and cozy. The floor, though, I mean, I tried to make a pattern with these lights, but, you know, more or less 5 out of 10 now, I suppose. This is where I stored all my gatherings from the farm, I suppose. The whole farm was built around this area, though. This is where the trees are farmed, and this, I think this is like 20 by 20 or something. I made this platform, and yeah, obviously, this is where I farm the trees. And this arch here, I like this arch because it has little holes. Just give it some nice character there. And I've also indicated which trees are on each side with item frames. Now if we take a look at the exterior is something that I thought was decent at the time after I built it, but now I'm not liking it too much, honestly. I mean, like, whenever I look at this thing, I think, what was I thinking? Like, I could have done this so much better. Like, the inside of the room, the entrance room is nice, but this part is just like a big square with windows, I suppose. And this, especially this part, this is a huge, just a very large cube with incredibly large windows that are just completely unnecessary. Like, I suppose the leaves on top and the leaves that hang over the edge give it a bit more character, but then it's like, you know, what else is there to add, really? Like, it's just a cube. So here I am complaining about things that I've built. Right now I'm thinking, like, what would this look like if I didn't put any of these leaves or vines here? It would just be a giant cube. So yeah, maybe, like, I like the interior of the tree farm. I like the interior of it. Maybe I'll use it in the future, but I'll definitely be designing the exterior with more effort, hopefully, next time I build something like this, because it's just a cube throwing up more cubes. So yeah, that's how that is. And then next over here is the pumpkin melon farm that I built after a long hiatus of building stuff in my base. I would say this is an upgrade from the tree farm. I like the interior and the exterior. I think it's decent. It's pretty good. Probably like a 7 out of 10. I like how I hid the glass blocks with the wood slabs here. Gives it a bit more character, as well as this corner job right here with the fence posts. And how this works is you push the button, and it farms all the stuff for you, and you pick it up, and then you just wait for it to reappear. And this is where I stored all the gatherings from this farm. Pretty cool. And I think next after that I did this sugarcane farm, and it's also a semi-automatic one where you push a button. Each button on either side is fine to push, whatever, either one works. And the reeds go into the water and they flow towards you. Some of the reeds look like they aren't in the water, but I don't know, it's some kind of glitch in Minecraft where they still flow towards you when they're next to the water. And I remember in the episode I built this, it was a couple episodes back or more, I think, I was raving about how difficult it was to do the redstone and how it took most of the time to do the redstone in this farm, and I even had to get someone to help me. Since then, I have learned a couple things about redstone, and I now realize that I could have done this way better. Like, I could have made it more efficient and more compact, and this thing wouldn't have to look like a giant silo, a giant half-pipe silo that's like on its side. I could have just made it a little, you know, a little archway, because this redstone is like 4 blocks wide, I think. I could have done it 2 blocks wide. I could have half the size of this, so, well, you know, it is what it is, and whatever's here is here to stay, because the server is over, and yeah, it's gone. It's just gone, which is too bad. I like this server too. Anyway, I built this next. This is the wheat farm. This build wasn't really one of my most inspired ones. I mean, I kind of just threw this together on the spot, really. I didn't plan this much. I like this entryway, though, this kind of arched roof here, and then this. Oh, oops. Well, that's one way of getting in. Anyway, this is where I farmed all the stuff. Originally, it was potatoes here. Oh no, wheat here, potatoes here, carrots here, and netherwort here. But soon I realized that I didn't need netherwort, or that much netherwort, and I decided to replace that square with potatoes because I needed more food. So that is what happened here. I have these bushes all running across the side here. That's kind of a theme with my base. I have all these bushes everywhere. And I had to put lights all over the ceiling on this thing because even now, there's some spots that don't grow, so it's really weird. I don't know what... Oh, jeez. Okay, that's not good. Okay, let's get our hands off that. Yeah, so it's not really the most inspired building. I mean, it has a design, but it's not a very good one. It's not something I'm that proud of, but I do think it's okay, I suppose. Not decent, just okay. And then that takes us to the house over here. I actually quite like the house, or not the house itself, but everything around the house. I like the fountains, how I designed this right here, this center area. The fountains are nice. The glowing trees are nice. We built this a couple episodes back. This is, I think, the most recent thing I've built in my base, other than that thing, which I will show you afterwards. Yeah, this is my what do you call it? My luxurious front yard, if you will. And we'll show you the interior of the house before we show you the exterior. I still haven't filled all this empty area with chests yet. I said I would, but I haven't, and it's never going to happen because the server is dead. Oh, man. And you guys are probably thinking, oh, it's a single-player world. Why don't you just continue in the world? I'll explain more about that later. I could, but, you know, I can't. And I'll explain more about that later. But, yeah, this is what the inside of my house looks like. Big windows, once again, just like the tree farm. It's something that I'm not proud of. I don't know what I was thinking when I built this house. Okay, let's head on to the other side. After I built my house, back there, that lake right there, is where I did most of my brewing. As you can see, I have a couple brewing stands here, and here where it dips over the terrain, I put a couple supports here just to make it look natural. And this is my chimney with my beacon coming out of it. I thought that was a cool idea, and I thought I would build my house around that. And I thought I was going to do some crazy extravagant house around it, but then I kind of just threw something together, and this is what happened. I mean, it's decent, but it's not the best house in the world. Like, some people wouldn't even say it's good, but I built it, so I'm a bit prejudiced. But yeah, this is what it looks like on the outside. And I think that's the most recent thing I've built in my base. And coming over there now, that thing that I haven't showed yet is actually an iron golem farm, and these support columns are not necessary. I can just leave it floating there if I want to. It'll still be functional, obviously, but I wanted to put these here to purify it. It looks cool. I really like it, actually. It is mostly stone with some spruce logs going all the way up there in the middle, and they're kind of hidden behind these cobblestone fences as well. And it's a mixture of cobblestone and stone bricks going all the way up. It remains a clean look because they are the same color, but it's still kind of randomized because different blocks, different textures. So that's what I like about it. It's not all the same block, just like what I've done to the rest of my place. All that is stone brick, everything else is just one block, so I kind of wanted to stray away from that for the time being. And iron golems fall down into this hole from up there. There's 16 villagers, 4 in each cell on the side, as you can see, and that 16 villagers is just enough villagers to spawn an iron golem in the center of this thing every 6 minutes, I think. So once every 6 minutes a new iron golem spawns and falls down here, and that's an approximation, so don't take my word for it, but that's what I read online. So 6 minutes, and I do have some TNT here. So this is how I've been killing them. Hold on. Yeah, I only have one. It takes 2 TNT to kill them. And yeah, this block is powered. I powered it from the side right there, so every time I needed to kill them, I could just place a TNT there and it would fall down. And as you can see, they're not dead. It takes 2 to kill them, but we'll leave them there for now, just because I'm too lazy to make another TNT. But yes, this thing is cool. I was planning on making another one over there, and over there to quadruple the speed of the golem spawning. Once every 6 minutes would turn it into once every minute and a half, and that would speed up my iron gains a lot. So this is what I've gathered so far, and this is actually a very recent build, so yeah, you get a lot of iron from making an iron golem farm. It's something that not a lot of people do, I don't think, but if you do it, then you know it's worth it, because I mean, you don't even have to go caving for iron anymore. You can just, like, the only time you'll ever have to go caving is if you find diamonds, and I mean, when, like, that's the only time people really want to cave, so might as well make an iron golem farm. So I think that's it for my base right now. I did have a lot more plans, including plans to purify this, and like I said, plans to make more around my base, but unfortunately those plans fell through because of the server ending, and yeah, that sucks. But since that's it for my base, I'll now give you guys a tour of all the significant people on the server's bases, a mini tour of those. I won't go through all of them because it'll take too long, but just the people that I know played on the server for a while, and I'll give you a tour of them in order of appearance. So original members first, and then later on we'll introduce more people. So yes, without further ado, let's go to someone else's base. Alright, so I'm here in Frantastique's base, or Francis's base, and I know you guys have seen this a couple times in the episodes. We're just going to take a look through this. This is his storage room. This is his sleeping quarters with his ender chest and his furnace area. Down there is a snow farm. I don't know why he had to dig all the way down there to make a snow farm. I mean, it just leads to nothing, really. Over here, he used to have a cactus right here to destroy his things, but I think he just replaced it with this, and this goes to his beacon, and his beacon is all the way down at the bottom, so it reaches all Y levels of his base. And he planned on making his base an underground base too, within the radius that he set for this area. This was going to be an upstairs, and then there was going to be downstairs too, if you know what I mean. But unfortunately, those plans of his fell through because the server has ended, and some remnants of the prank that me and Ace left are still here. All these trees and all this grass. It actually ended up making his base look prettier, but it was actually a prank from me and Ace. If you haven't seen that episode, go check it out. Here is his potato farm, which he's had for a while, and there's his lighthouse that he has not completed. The server of perpetual incompletion. Here are some villager houses that he actually built. He said he was going to build a village. Obviously it's not done yet. Once again, incomplete, and I think this is a breeding cell for his villagers, and they're all congregating to one corner for some reason. Hello, Mr. Iron Golem. Can't get up on there. Come on. Please, please, please let me. Parkour. Alright. So yeah, those are his villagers. They're all congregating to one corner, and for that, I do not know the reason. So I think that's everything in his base that is worth seeing from my end. So we'll go to someone else's base now. Alright, so I've just arrived in Northwind OC's base, and the first thing you see is a cake house. And I remember the first time he built this, it was all quartz, so I used to make fun of him all the time that it looked like cake, and it still kind of does. But it looks pretty nice. The stairs still look like cake, that's for sure. But over here, he's got his farms set up in the same kind of formation that I had my farm set up. He still has his nether wart though. I got rid of mine. And this chest was actually a prank that Francis and I pulled on him, where we hid all his things and hid them in chests hidden around his base, which he didn't really like too much, to be honest. I think this is a brewing room. He's got all kinds of ingredients in here and brewing stands, so yeah, that leads me to believe that is a brewing room, obviously. This is his house. It is the giant square with large windows that I was ranting about earlier. And, oh, I owe you 7 stacks of birch planks. Less than 3. Steven, I took some more swag. Okay, that was from a really long time ago. That was such a long time ago. It pains my heart. That's how long he hasn't been on the server for. He hasn't even seen those signs yet, I don't think, and that was so long ago. So I think him and one other person were some of the first people to ditch the server. They were the first ones to become inactive, so it looks like he was mass farming reeds around here. There's a back view of his house, and a little tree farm he has set up here, and it's pretty cozy looking. Down here is his branch mine. I'm not going to go down there because it's a branch mine. And over here, I think that's it for his base. I don't think he has anything else in here worth seeing, so I suppose we can get on to the next person then. Alright, so I'm here in the base of Mr. BWFBros, and I think you've seen this base a couple times in my episodes, but for the sake of the final tour, I'm here to show it again. And he was actually the first one to go inactive on the server, or one of them, but I'm sure he was the first. And XentosStride actually came here one time, and he destroyed some of the blocks in here and put cobwebs everywhere, to, you know, as a symbolism for his inactivity. And past the railing here, he deemed it Okiyamo Island. That's what he named this island, but I'm just gonna call it the floating island of doom, because you never know when you're gonna fall off this thing. And look, no supports, just like Minecraft. You know, just you know Minecraft. You and your floating islands. Anyway, I don't think I'm making sense with my grammar right now. I'm sorry. I have not had any lunch yet, so no food for thought right now. But anyway, yeah, this is where he kept all his things. This is where he did most of his functions. Down here is a farm that got trampled by chickens that I scattered all over here for a prank. You guys didn't see that. You guys didn't see most of the things that happened on the server, and most of the stuff that happened on the server, like, most of it was really dramatic, so unfortunately you guys didn't get to see all of it. If you watch my point of view, though, I'm not trying to brag or anything, but you probably saw the most of what happened from my point of view. From everyone else's point of view, it was like, oh, doing something here, doing something there. From my point of view, it's like, oh, you know, continuations of things that happened. But I still didn't show you everything, you know. I showed you like 20% of what I actually did, so for future endeavors, I'll make sure to show you guys everything if you guys so want it. Down here is his hallway to the place that we did things at. God, I can't remember. This place is the PvP arena, or the mob arena, or whatever you want to call it. It was an arena where we did all of our mini games and stuff on the server. It was fun. I featured something like that in one of my episodes. So yeah, I think that's all there is to see here from my end, I guess. So we'll go on to the next person. Alright, so I'm now in the base of XentosStride, and I guess you could say he, like, if TenshiCraft had a community, if our server was big enough that we had a community and we had a large following, then I think XentosStride would be one of the fan favorites, if not the fan favorite, because, I mean, he produces his videos in top-notch quality, something that not a lot of people do on the server, so that's pretty cool. Ace does his videos pretty high quality as well, but, you know, XentosStride is more intensive with his videos because he actually knows how to play the game. Sorry, Ace, that was a shot at you, but I'm sure you can get over it. here are his farms. Chicken farm. He has jump boost on his beacon, I think, so he can get in here without the animals getting out, which is pretty smart, I suppose. Cow farm. Lab. I'm sure he had plans for this room, but they didn't fall, or, well, they fell through, obviously, because server's over. Danger. Would have been dangerous to enter here, that's for sure. Food farms. Wheat and potatoes, I think, in the same style. He built underground, obviously, so yeah, that's a thing. The farm. It's a sheep farm. I don't know why there's a wool missing there. I think there should be a wool there. And here's his fountain with his beacon underneath that goes all the way to the surface. And this is a thing that tells you if it's daytime or not. Obviously, lamp equals sun. It's not lit, no sun. There's a daylight detector somewhere around there. Up here is his entrance from the surface, which I will not get into because the surface, there's nothing on the surface here. He built most of his stuff underground. He gets up with a minecart elevator and gets down with this water break right here. And he actually has a few secret areas in his base that are not so secret. Nothing to see here. If the lever is pulled, then it's just a wall. But if you find this lever, which it's not that easy. I mean, like, if you're standing right here, then obviously you can see it. But not everybody's gonna go behind the fountain if you just see a wall. So, I mean, there's not. It looks like there's not much interesting there. So, you wouldn't be able to find the lever. But if you do happen to stumble across it, you can pull it, and it leads into his storage room where he keeps all his things. So that was pretty cool. And there's a secret way out of here if you pull this weather. If you pull this weather, what? No, if you pull the lever, that's the right word. If you pull the lever, there's a secret within a secret. Come through here. This is his exit, his secret exit, super secret. And this is where he puts his bed because there were some happenings on the server and that forced him to put his bed in a secret place because some people, not naming names, were bed camping him and killing him. It was me. So yeah, he decided to hide his bed from me. I mean, from me? What? No, he decided to hide his bed from other people that were doing mean things to him. Anyway, that's all there is to... Oh, and he's got some nice designs as well. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Anyway, that's it for his base. On to the next person, and I think the last... Or, excuse me, the next person will be the last person I will take a tour of. Anyway, I'll meet you there. I have arrived in Ace's base, and Ace is the member of our server with the largest following on YouTube by a long shot, and yeah, for a reason. I mean, he makes great stuff. But yeah, anyway, here is his little room. I kind of took inspiration from mine that he built around his nether portal, and he has two side by side, dating, not mating. Keep it PG, folks. And let's take a look at it from the outside. I like how he left this area open, and you can see how all the lights are powered and stuff. It's kind of a around the house way to do it, but okay, you can do whatever you want. And the exterior of his thing, he actually built underground as well, but the exterior of his thing is really messy. Like, there's so many creeper explosions. I mean, this wheat right here is just there, and I don't know why, but yeah, he has all his chests here, completely vulnerable to creeper blasts. And more over here, he actually has some valuable stuff in here too. So like this could be valuable. So yeah, he's one of the most unorganized people I know, and also one of the most lazy. I mean, he could have fixed this up in, like, I don't know, 5 minutes, but, well, not 5 minutes, but he could have definitely fixed it up. Like, I'm kind of trying to give a tour. You guys are tourists, and this is not a great tourist spot. But down here, this is where he started building some of his stuff. This was going to be a fountain, but incomplete. And this was another room, I think, for farms and stuff, also incomplete. And that is really as far as he got. I mean, he just joined the server when the server kind of stopped being a thing. So also, in the last episode, I built that ice tray off in that direction, but I'm not going to show it because you can just watch the last episode. It was my most recent one anyway, so yeah. That's it for the tour of the most significant people on the server, I guess. Most of the other people that we had on the server only played for like a week before they just died. But yeah, that's it. I'll meet you guys back at my base for some final thoughts. And with that, my friends, the TenshiCraft version 2.0 server is now no more. So sad. But fear not, my friends, I will not disappear. I will continue to make videos. There will be a new Let's Play eventually, but it will be a single-player Let's Play. That way, I can ensure that the fate of the world lies in my hands and not in the hands of whoever becomes inactive or not, like this one. So yeah, that'll become a constant series on my channel, hopefully. But it depends. The Let's Play, whenever it starts, will depend on how fast 1.7 comes out, because it's confirmed in 1.7 that there will be terrain generation updates, and I could start the Let's Play now, but that would be starting the Let's Play knowing that the world might get screwed up when the terrain generation update happens. So if I can't wait to start the Let's Play, then I'll start it before 1.7 comes out, but I'm aiming to start it when 1.7 comes out. And if you guys really want to see some content from me, then I won't wait to produce videos until then. I actually do have plans to do some custom maps to fill space, so custom maps, and I have plans with collaborations with other people too, so you won't be missing the collaborations either, so that's pretty cool. Me and Ace already have something planned, so stay tuned for that. But anyway, you guys are probably wondering, why can't you play this world since it's a single player world? You can just continue your plans doing what you did. I can't do that, guys. See, this was originally a multiplayer world, and this was originally a world that was meant for multiplayer, and you know, I just can't. I just would feel bad defacing that by myself. So yeah, and new starts are good. I mean, that is a step into the future. So yeah, hopefully you guys understand. There is one more thing I want to publish from the TenshiCraft server, and that will be a compilation of my best moments on the server from my point of view, my series. That will be the compilation. That will be the next and the real final episode of TenshiCraft 2.0, and that will come to you in a few days. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that. And I've enjoyed making this series. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. And it was truly a fun experience for me, and I'd like to thank Northwind OC, BWFBros, XentosStride, and AceCraftGaming for being a part of this experience for me, or being a part of this experience for me. Well, they did it for me to some extent, but they were in it with me as well. So thanks for being in this with me. And last but not least, big thank you to Frantastique. Big thank you to Francis for making this all possible. So yeah, he's the host of the server and he made this all possible, so send your love and thanks to him. And that is it, guys. If you want to keep updated with me when you are not seeing me here on YouTube, follow me on Twitter at IamTheMinozaSR, and that's where I'll be keeping you guys updated. If you guys want to see stuff from me, you know, a couple times a day, then follow me on Twitter. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys. I really do appreciate you guys watching this. Peace out.